In the last video, we talked about an introduction to Sandhi. Now, if we remember, Sandhi is when long sentences or words or phrases are combined together. Sandhi, to combine together, right? And so, why this is important is because when we are presented with a sentence or a word or a long phrase, in order to identify what the sentence is saying, we have to break that sentence down into its subcomponent parts. And that requires to break the Sandhi. And so when you break the Sandhi, the subcomponent parts that are a result, right, have their own natures. They have their own grammatical form. They have their own particular, gender, case, number, which is the grammatical form, which we will talk about. You cannot get the grammatical form when the sentence is combined together. If you're really experienced, you can. But you won't be able to get it unless you break it down into its subcomponent parts. And that's why Sandhi is important, right? So in this video, we are going to talk about the type of Sandhi that's known as Vowel Sandhi. Vowel Sandhi is a combination of words when two vowels are adjacent or next to each other. That is, I, u, ri, ru, right? These types of vowels. When they're next to each other, what happens when two words, when one word, at the end of that word there's a vowel, and in the next word, at the beginning of that word there's a vowel? What happens when you combine them together to form a condensed sentence? But most importantly, what happens when you have that condensed sentence and they're already combined together and you want to break it down? You have to know what happens when these two people, in a way, or these two vowels, when they meet, you have to see how they combine. When you know how two people combine, when they're together, you'll know how they act. And when they're together and you'll know how they act, then when you separate them, you'll know how gradually they'll be different when they're separate. It's you have to know the individual and you have to know the combination. So we'll explain that. So right now, we are going to do vowel Sandhi. Now the first type of vowel Sandhi is called Savarṇa Dīrgha Sandhi. Savarṇa, same class. Dīrgha, long. Sandhi, combination of the long same class vowels. Now, what does this mean? So anytime we have a word and at the end of the word we have a vowel, right? And at the beginning of another word we have a vowel as well, right? Here this is known as external Sandhi. External Sandhi. So here, for example, if you have the vowel a, right? Or if you have the vowel at the beginning of this as well, right? So for example, Rama agachat. Rama agachat. Rama agachat. At the end of this word, we have a vowel. And at the beginning of this other word, we have an a vowel. Now, this is called the same class, Savarṇa Dīrgha Sandhi. Why? Because when this combines with this, when a combines with a, you get the Dīrgha, long form of it. You get a. So here, there's a combination that's going on, and gradually, the result will be Ramagachat. 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 It combined. Do you see? So when we see this word, when we're reading a text and you see Ramagachat, you're like, whoa, okay, I don't know what this could mean. Then you go, okay, wait a minute. Well, I know that this gachat is a type of, it means he went. It's a past, he went. So agachat, okay, agachat means he went. So I know that I can separate agachat. Oh, there must be an and that word must be Rama. We'll get it gradually when we learn the grammatical forms. But the point is that here you have an in the beginning, at the end, and on at the end here, at the beginning, sorry. An at the end of the first word, and an at the beginning of the second word. It will combine and form a. So Rama gachat, right? So it'll be like that. So the general rule here is this. Anytime concerning the topic of the vowel anytime we have an at the end of a word, or an at the end of a word, and if it combines with the beginning of the next word with an or an right? No matter what variation it is, the result will always be the longer form of it. Savarṇa Dīrgha. It'll always be like that. So let's say, for example, at the end over here you have a long right? But then over here you have a short Still, no matter what, any combination of the sound with anything like this, you will always have a sound. That's why it's Dīrgha. Okay? Now let's apply the next thing to, let's say, the sound E, the next vowel. E. If you have here a short E or a long E in combination with a short E plus a long E, the result is always the Dīrgha, long form of it. You will always have an E, right? So let's say, for example, we have the term kavi, let's say ichchati, kavichati. So kavi ichchati, the poet, right? Kavi ichchati, the poet wants, right? Normally this would have a visarga next to it, but let's just use this for now. So kavi ichchati. Here you have an E at the beginning, and then at the end, and here you have an E in the beginning. So boom, you combine them. Kavichati, long E, kavichati. Here was kavi ichchati, now kavichati. Anytime, the rule is that same thing with the sound. Anytime at the end of the first word, whether it's a short E or a long E, and anytime at the beginning of the next word, whether it's a short E or a long E, when they combine, you will always produce a long E, and you will combine it that way. Now, once again, this is important because our main goal is not to see like, why, like, we're not gonna, as of now, we're here to read Sanskrit and understand it. We're not necessarily composing it and writing sentences and putting them together. We're actually looking at the put together words and we're trying to break them. But in order to know how to break those words down, you have to see how they're individually coming together. And that's why when you know how they individually come together, when you identify this kavichati, you'll be like, oh, the break is right here. I know it. Easy, right? So it's like that. Then similarly, we have here with the vowel of oo, right? So let's say, for example, we have short oo, and long oo at the end of the first word, and a short oo and long oo at the beginning of the next word will always produce a long oo, right? So for example, we have guru, my handwriting, gotta work on it, So guru. And remember, usually an oo is attached to a consonant like this, but with the ra sound, it's attached like this. It's just the way, right? Guru plus, let's say, uchyate. It is said. Guru plus uchyate. Here short oo, then guruchate. Guruchate. It is said by the guru. This is a short oo, this is a long version of the oo attached to the ra specifically. So guruchate. If you're getting confused by this, just assume that it's like this. This ra turns into this long oo like this. Same thing, we're doing the same thing, but the thing is it's just written differently with the ra. Cool? But the whole idea and the concept is the same, guys. Like, what you're doing is you're combining whether it's a short or a long vowel with the next one. And now for the last example, let's use this vowel here, ri or ru. So at the end of the first word, let's say we have a short ri or ru, or we have a long one, right? And at the beginning of the second word, we have a ri, right? Or we have a long one, right? No matter what happens, you will always produce the longer version of it. No matter what happens. So let's say we have pitru, one second. Man, I'm writing it incorrectly. Pitru Rushi. Assuming that this would be the compound form of Pitru, father, which I'm not sure right now, but let's just go with this. So Pitru, here we have a short short ri or ru, and then here we have a short ri or ru. Then we're gonna add it, and it's gonna be Pitrushi, Pitrushi, Pitrushi. So father, sage. So the sage father, Pitrushi, father sage. The point is, I just want to show you guys here that the short ri is combining with the short ri to produce the long ri, and it's written right here. Now, in order to get this down, you have to remember the forms of the vowels that are presented like this, and then you have to remember the forms of the vowels that are presented like this, where they're attached to consonants. You have to understand that. Then you'll see how, look, this short form, this form here as the vowel at the beginning of a word, and then this vowel that is combined here at the end of the word with the consonant is still forming a longer version of that consonant. If this is confusing, please contact me and we will talk about, I'll make it clear, don't worry. I'll even make it clear in another video if necessary, but yeah. So here we have done the vowel sandhi, Savarṇa Dīrgha Sandhi. Now you may ask, wait a minute, what about this vowel, a plus a? Doesn't that produce something long? No, it doesn't, because a is a combination of a and e. A is a combination of a and e. So it's really, you're saying a and e plus a and e. That would make it e plus a. That's not the same Savarṇa Dīrgha. It's not the same thing. This is a longer vowel that is a mixture of two things. Similarly, we have o. O is a combination of a plus u. So they're not the two vowels. This is not called, there's a different type of sandhi called yarn sandhi, which you're combining different vowels, right? There's yarn sandhi, e plus a, right? Guna sandhi, a plus e. This we will go into. These are all vowels. But as of now, for this one, we're looking at the same ones. Same ones. E plus e, right? So we have one sandhi down. One vowel sandhi down. Next we'll go into the guna sandhi. And you will gradually see how different words are put together and broken down. This is important because then we'll be able to understand Sanskrit slowly by slowly. It's better to have some skills. If you can't have all skills, at least you have some skills, right? You went from not knowing how to read it to reading it, right? And not knowing how to break things down to breaking things down. It's something, and that's always better than nothing, right? So if this video helped you, please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and share it with your family and friends. I'm sure there's a lot of family members who want to learn Sanskrit and figure things out. But until then, we'll go on to the next concept.